Law of attraction is not right. Yeah, you heard me right. It is only the half-truth being told to you by your adults, educational institutions, and even the motivational gurus you seek so much. From childhood, we have been told that we think and that happens, right? We should think positively. That is only when positive things will happen to us. Well, that sounds really plausible, but in fact, it is wrong. It is actually flawed. Now, the real definition of law of attraction is not this. The law of attraction is based on a very good scientific principle that our bodies vibrate at a particular frequency because it is made up of atoms. And our thoughts also have a particular frequency which we send out to the universe. The universe, being closed, reflects back those frequencies in the form of events or tools that we require to achieve that particular thought that we have thought of. Are you getting what I am saying? It is based on science. And that is actually right. I totally agree with it. But we humans have modified it to mend our needs, to fix our needs. And we have modified in such a way that we say, think positively and positive things will happen. Think positively, think about success and you'll actually get success. No, it is not this way. It is half-truth. Now, I agree that belief is important, visualization is important. Without visualization, you cannot actually achieve anything. But it is step one. Visualization is step one before starting your success journey. The real truth is actually hidden that most people don't tell you. The truth is law of affection. Yeah, you heard me right. Affection. Law of affection states that the more amount of people's life you affect in an entity you control, the richer you become. Now here, two things are to be kept in mind. The first is more amount of people's life. So here I'm talking about the value you are adding to people's life. And second is the entity you control. The business you are in, the project you are doing, you should have full control over it. So the MLM schemes, the multi-level marketing schemes, people enter so that they can make a quick buck. Well, the truth is you cannot actually scale it. Why? Because you do not have control over it. The people who actually make MLM schemes, they have the real control. You being only taking part in MLM schemes, you don't have any control. If the controllers of MLM scheme want to actually close it, you'll get closed. All source of your income will get diminished. That is why you should have control over your business, your projects. And second, you should add value to people's life. Now, there are two ways to actually add value to people's life. Either via scale or via magnitude. How? Let me give you an example. Well, if we talk about scale, imagine that you are making a pen that people require. It is a new type of pen in invention and it costs $2 to make and $5 you are selling it. So $3 is your profit margin, your unit profit, and you are selling it to an audience of say 1 million people. So the profit you'll make is $3 million, right? Now take another example by how I'll explain magnitude. The same amount of profit you can make by selling to a fewer people but a service of higher value. Say you are selling a service for $3,000 and you are selling it to only 1,000 people, not 1 million people. You'll make the same $3 million. It is a very simple math to understand and it is actually common sense. Scale and magnitude. And do you know how I got this scale and magnitude? It is based on a very simple formula of economics, which is that net profit equals to unit profit into units sold. Unit profit can be represented by magnitude, the amount of value you are adding to people's life, magnitude. And scale, how many people you are adding value to. Even if it is little value, if you are adding to a lot of people, you are using scale. You can't name a single millionaire or billionaire who has not used this law to get to where he is or where she is right now. Oprah Winfrey used this. Amazon Jeff Bezos used it. Apple Steve Jobs used it. How did Apple use it? Let me tell you an example of Apple. Apple is a $1 trillion company right now. And how did it get to this position? Because the founder, Steve Jobs, was able to use magnitude by pricing its product so much because it was adding a lot of value to people's life and scaling it because billions of people buy it around the world. So if a company like Apple uses both scale and magnitude, it achieves billions and trillions. And if you use any one of them, you can reach the value of millions. Now, I'm only talking about the business world because that is the real way to achieve actual wealth. But let me share you an example. Movie stars, the talented personals who are very rich per se because of their performances, because of their talents, the sports people, they also use law of affection. How? Millions of people come to watch them perform. Yeah, right? And that is why there is a lot of pressure on them to actually perform. And that is why they earn millions. Now, in conclusion, do you get the point I'm actually trying to make? Law of attraction is true. I'm completely agreeing to it. But our definition of law of attraction is flawed. Our definition of law of attraction, that think about riches and you'll actually attain wealth, that is false. And that is why law of affection comes to place. Now you might be wondering, I'm using affection when I'm talking about affect, the word affect. Well, here affection is used as a meaning of doing a creation or a doing. When you do something, when you make a creation, your creation is such that it affects either scale, many people, or magnitude, few people, but a lot of value. Success is never just about thinking, it's about doing. Keeping this thought in mind, I would like to end today's video. I hope you found the content valuable. Please take out some time to share some feedback for me to improve on. And with this note, thank you and have a wealthy life ahead.